So, today, I feel like we should focus on the legs a bit. We spent a bit of time doing the arms. So, yeah, let's try even it out a bit. So, first things first is I set my little second window up, make the toolbars disappear, and we'll zoom in a bit. So the legs I think should be quite shaded, and they're quite far away from the light source, so we can have a bit of fun with these. Maybe bring a full shadow down, maybe bring that across, some colouring. Oh, I've adjusted my second monitor a bit, so it's feels a bit different than usually. So we just erase it back in a bit there. And this is the second or third time I've had to do this video. Luckily, I saved the illustrations and increments. We just had no audio for some reason. A few times. Had a bit of a nightmare with some of the videos in this series. Actually, I'm not really a Premiere Pro user regularly, so it's a bit of a learning curve. I'm using OBS to stream the screen, and for some reason that doesn't pick up the audio from my sound card. So yeah, I have to have Adobe Audition running in the background and then sync it all up manually. But it is a learning curve, so that's why certain videos have been a lot longer coming than I wanted. So we just add in some more detail down here. Maybe bring that across a bit. Some more flicks. And we will say that bit's quite nice, actually. Quite happy with that. Don't want to overdo it. Now your light source is coming in this way still, so maybe we'll bring in a harsher shadow underneath this knee joint. Maybe this can come out a bit more. Create some variety. That's what we're talking about. Bring some shadow out. Some flicks. Some flicks. I do love my flicks. I'm also doing this video while my daughter is asleep, because I'm sure you don't want a crying baby as you're trying to watch, unless you're just waiting for the speed video, in which case you won't even hear me say this. So this does feel kind of like I'm just talking to myself. Luckily, I do not mind. So the illustration of Boba Fett came around because I was exhibiting at the MCM London Comic Con in bloody hell, May already. It's gone so fast. And a few customers, they wanted some different illustrations than what I had on the table. So I took a few requests basically, and Boba Fett was one. The other one, which will be my next YouTube illustration, was a Harley Quinn, and she's so popular that we'll probably get that done. I've already got an idea in mind. Maybe Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy together. Keep that animated series team going. Yeah, definitely Harley Quinn after this. Although, as you can tell by watching these, my illustrations are not just a quick 2-day thing. They are quite long-winded. No, not, you know what I mean. Especially around being a new dad and having my full-time design job. It's hard to get as much time as I used to draw. And recording, I have to be at home with my microphone and my editing software, so I can't really just go out and do it anymore like I used to. A few solid lines there. I've also been trying to sort out my website, so that's taken quite a bit of time to get right. It still is coming soon, so that's KieranShalloo.com, nice and simple. And it's a mixture of my professional UI design, as well as some, not a lot, but some of my illustrations, as my day job is a graphic designer, so that has the majority of my stuff. If you want to check it out. And design wise, I'm currently designing a new banner for comic shows for a Marvel artist who will remain nameless at this point, but that should be out soon. Just doing the typesetting for him, so trying to come up with a nice typographic design, and hopefully I'll be able to get that to him soon. Maybe even by the time I get around to putting this on YouTube, it may be out. He may have posted it. If he has posted it, I'll be able to talk about it. But currently, that's the only thing going on. I've not really taken any commission work recently because aforementioned baby. Baby needs my time. I like to take requests that I can go off and play around with, and then that will hopefully sell. That's how we got my Hulk Hogan print, which you can see on my Instagram, which is Kieran Shalloo Design. That was a request at another comic show. Someone asked for a Hulk Hogan, and yeah, went home, designed it, drew it, sold it. So we were drifting a bit too far away from the legs there, and I promised myself I would focus today. So let's go back down here. Outline of the pocket. Pocket outline here. How should we... Let's follow it round that way. Yeah, there we go. Something along these lines. And then we can just Not like that. I'll curve it around nicely. And then we could just get all this in. There we go. Yeah, that's getting there. See, here is a bit tricky because I like the shadow here, but technically this should be darker. Maybe when we do some greys, we'll come back into that. Well, not greys, grayscaling of the tone. That makes no sense. When we put the darker version of the colour in, we'll just throw that in there. Some shade, 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 and we're there. Just making sure everything is recording, because that would really suck if it was. Like, somehow I stopped that recording. How long's that stop recording? No, it's recording on both. Okay. So that's still recording, and that's still recording. So is that one. Why is that happening? There we go. That's a bit better. And I forgot to turn that off again. Yeah, so back over here, line the pocket. Oh, this is in shadow too. How? Okay, let's see what we can do here. So because this is quite far away from the light source, I do want it dark, but obviously not as dark as the jet black. We may have to start injecting some colour earlier than planned, actually. Maybe bring some shading across. There we go. Well, it seems like it's coming together quite well already. Bring the line across. Quite a harsh line, actually. I don't think I meant to do that. Oh well, it's done now. I do not like to change. A little bit of detailing here. There we go. Maybe even some longer stuff. And zoom in. And oh, I've lost it. Where is it? There. And we erase out. Yeah, that works. May have to add some some of that detailing down here too. Just trying to create interest in all the little gaps. There we go. Oh, there we go. Maybe even make that harsh because it's below the belt. Pockets every bloody where. Just defining again, maybe some darker shadow here. Pull this out a bit. There we go. Some shadow here. Bring it across. Or maybe that's too heavy. Bring it across. Make it. Try to give it some dimension. Now we're over here. So this, I'm tempted to leave quite loose and let the colour work more up here. Maybe just pull it out a bit. In fact, I think I will. Just bring out the definition. Maybe the lower you go, the darker it is. Same with under here. If we keep that across. There we go. It's allowed to be dark under there. Oh, I really want to add some colour at the minute. I'm actually fighting myself. Just following my pencils quite loosely. Always trying to make the base of the stroke thicker. And then down here, we can have it quite dark and darker again, like I just said. Following it down. Maybe this line should be thicker because it is not in the light at all. Plus it makes it pop out of the page a bit more. Yeah, down here. Down here it needs some shadow. Oh, maybe not that much. We'll see what we can do. Boba Fett. Need some love for his antenna thing. That was too much. Maybe needs thicker shadows a bit there, but again, try not to cause too much confusion up there. I think maybe a lot darker down here. Inside of the leg. Could even join up here. I think we would have to do the same over here though. So maybe we'll make it nice and noticeable. Some ripples, rolls of the fabric. I can't think of the word. Try to create some variation. Maybe one joins all the way down here. It's a bit thicker. Yeah. Maybe we should do to bring it across as well. can't have the fabric looking too flat. There we go. Oh, he is getting complete. He's getting very close to completion. And I'm just trying to work out exactly what the next step should be. I think I want to play with colour. Yeah, I do, actually, I do. So what I'm going to do is create my folder. So we will name this base green. We will drop that in the folder, and then we drop the folder under the inks. Actually, what I should do is make a few folders. Folder. And then I'm just going to move that. And we can put one folder in. Basically, we're putting the base colors in a folder. Well, we're naming the colors. We're naming the folders. So green folder, grey for grey folder, and then yellow, and I'm sure there's another colour that I can't think. I guess reddy brown. One more folder. Move you again. We'll call it red. So what we'll do in the green folder, we'll put our base screens, then our shadows, and then highlights on top. That's just the way I work. Different people have different folder structures. I think we'll go for that type of green. And we're just going to lay down some colours. Oh, let's turn that off. You don't need to see my layers anymore. So yeah, we'll throw down some colours. We'll see what happens. We might hate it, but you know, we have a bit of time. Colour. Not really worrying about anything apart from trying to work out shadows to highlights where I want stuff. So don't worry about anything that is completely a mistake, like up there. So we bring the green across here, and I'm going to avoid that arm. Actually, I want to make sure that I am on the right layer. Yep. Yeah, I won't be colouring the arm that I've not even inked, obviously, but I will be colouring you this bit here. And I'm going kind of close, but not too close to the pencils. Bring that down here. Is that part of the gun, or is that part of this thing? I can't remember. We'll colour it in for now. Some green. Make the brush bigger. Remember to turn off my layers, because they're not interesting. Is this green, or is this... Yeah, I'm sure it's green. Up to around there. I know it does have some other colour, but we'll, as I said, we're just base stuff at the minute. Bring some green out here. Armour. Glove hand. Oh, is this green? I don't think it is. Oh, we'll need reference for that. greeny. Then this should be green as well, I believe. I think this is all green. I don't think that is green though. Oops. Made the exact same mistake twice. Knee pads. Knee pads. I know this is green. Definitely know this bit's green. And there we have. There we have our base colours. And I know it's not amazing, but it's a start. Although that should be green too, I guess. If it's coming across there. Brown, green here. I think green's about there. And then brown. Brown, green, greys. So I think the piece is really starting to come together now. And yeah, definitely looking nicer. Squeaky chair. I think grey will be most of Boba Fett is grey, but I am noticing we are roughly getting up to 30 minutes, and I think that's most people's patience level is about 30 minutes, so we won't be doing too much more of this. But yeah, next video even, I do want to, I'm having fun with colours now. Oh, I knew it was going to happen. So next time I think we will carry on colouring, finishing the base colours, and maybe even playing with shading, which is my favourite. My absolute favourite. Let's just try to see as much as we can get done quickly. So grey is below green, so we're going to have the green as the topmost layer. So I don't have to even worry about going outside. The line's not outside in the street. Actually, we can see without the pencils. Ooh. Look, just inks and colours. And dropping a phone. Inks and colours. So that's looking nice. Brown, grey as well. Maybe grey as well. Whoops. Maybe grey as well. Also, I know it sounds like I have no idea about the colours of Boba Fett, and I will reference these so I do get them right. Also, I haven't drawn his cape. Oh, shit. Grey. Also, that's another thing. Maybe we can have that billowing in the wind or something. You're supposed to be green. You're grey. Because you're a sleeve, I believe. Sleeve, I believe. Grey. hide the layers because no one cares. And then we'll do a bit of the hand. And then we will be calling it a day for today. So I hope you've had fun watching. And we'll see you next time.